And we are live. Today I was on the golf course all day. It was quite the day. Um, yeah. So I was golfing. Uh, Food for the golf course was tough. I couldn't exactly fry up fat. I took 2 cups of bone broth in a big coffee travel mug, and I drank that with butter in it. Then again, I leave the bone marrow fat in there, so that makes it real easy to drink. Um, so I did that. And today was community fast day, so I'm not sure. Put some comments in if you fasted with us today. But that was awesome. I know a bunch of people did join us with the fast, so that was amazing. Thank you so much for all the support. Hopefully some people can call in tonight that had fasted today with some results. That would be awesome. On the golf course, so because I couldn't just fry up fat, I decided to mix in some sardines. I'd never had sardines before. They weren't the greatest. I'm wondering how they're going to affect my GKI. I know people do sardine fasting, so hopefully it doesn't mess up my GKI too much. It's been 6 days of nothing other than fat and bone broth and butter, so a little bit of sardines I don't think will hurt. It'll be interesting to see how it affects my GKI. More people joining us, more people coming in. Welcome, welcome. Today was Community Fast Day. Again, just so thank you guys so much for all the support. I know a bunch of people did it. I was just saying that I golfed today. It was exhausting, especially with treatment on Tuesday, bone pain and muscle pain, side effects of my and flu-like symptoms. And so it was a tough day on the golf course, but I got through it. I'm just really tired. I had to get my kids to bed tonight. My wife is cooking food for a staff meeting tomorrow, so that was pretty cool. That was awesome to put them to bed tonight. Anyways, let's check the GKI first. Hopefully we get some callers tonight. Come on and call in if you fasted today. That would be awesome. I'd love to hear. Or even if you didn't fast and you just want and you're on carnivore diet or you're fighting cancer, just call in. Like this community's here for you. When you call, there's a link in the description. Um, just click the link and you just come on in. You're living life. Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks, Ned. Ned's my buddy. Thanks, buddy. I am living my life. You got to. Everybody that's listening to this, even if you don't have cancer, to live your life. Keep this up. Thanks, buddy. I didn't do the fast, but I did add more fat. My GKI was 1.3 before my first. That's awesome. That is great news. So let's check this GKI here. That is awesome. Yeah, adding more fat really helps the GKI. Good morning. Good morning. It's morning for you. It's night for us. That's funny. Yeah, I'm doing good. It was like I said, I was golfing today, so I couldn't fry fat on the golf course, so I brought a can of sardines. Never had them before. People do sardine fast, so I don't know, maybe half the can. They were fine. It was food, um, with fat in it. It worked. So let's see what it did to my GKI. Let's hope it didn't mess it up. So let's get this going and call in, guys. This is a call-in show. Please call in. Um, Love to hear from anybody, any stories, anybody fighting cancer. There's a link in the description. It's just you and me on like a Zoom call, so it's nothing to be scared of. It's really simple. I promise I won't bite. Share your experiences or on the carnivore diet, on fasting, your cancer so far. Anything is welcome here. All right, we got a good blood draw going. I always do glucose first. I don't know why. Don't know if it matters even. So let's see what the glucose is. 101. Holy. I've been running around chasing the kids trying to get them to bed. I'm not sure if that spiked my glucose. That is the highest glucose reading I've had yet. Maybe it was those sardines. Wow, 101. I was at 72 last night, I believe, 72 or 74. That's a glucose spike if I've ever seen one. But it could have been putting the kids to bed too. I just came down from doing that. We'll see what the ketones are. 3.1. Ketones are way down. Maybe the sardine was a bad idea. Let's see what my GKI is. I'm sure I'm still going to have a good GKI. You're very welcome for the email. Ketones 4, glucose 6.9. That's really good. 6.9 glucose. That must be a different measurement than I'm using, but that's cool. My GKI is still below 2.0. It's 1.8. That's fine. We had an off day. Maybe the sardines were a bad idea. Oh yeah, my wife said Gatorade. That's right. I had a zero sugar Gatorade because I was extremely dehydrated on the golf course. I chugged 2 of these full of water and I felt like I was dying. I just couldn't get hydrated. And I finally had a breakdown and I had a zero sugar Gatorade. So that probably could have done it too. That's all it takes, I guess. So that might have done it. Ned says, do you notice that how you feel affects your glucose levels? Maybe. I'm tired. It does. It definitely affects your glucose levels. When you're stressed, you definitely get spikes. I wouldn't say I'm stressed today, but golfing was a long day, and so I could have just spiked them a little bit. Like I said, it's zero sugar Gatorade. I couldn't get hydrated on the golf course, so could have been one or it could have been all of it. Could have been all of it. Yeah, North America times 18. So if we go back to Edna, her glucose was 6.9 times 4. So what's that? 6.9 times 4. Anybody wants to call in, come on and call in. 6.9 times 4. That seems really low still. 27.6. That's still not working out. But, but your ketones are good at 4 for getting started. First day ketones at 4. Like, that's really high ketones. That's awesome. Oh, it's times 18. Sorry, I thought you said times 4. Let's pull up my calculator again. 6.4 times, I don't know why I said times 4. 6.4 times 18. 115 glucose. So your glucose is still high, but it'll come down with time. Your body adjusts. Your body will get 6.9, so it's actually a bit higher still. Your ketones are really good. But your glucose will come down with time. No need to worry about that. And no, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Exercise, golfing can increase glucose. I wouldn't worry. You're still doing great. Thanks, buddy. 124. Ned says 6.9 times 4. So there we go. So that's the conversion rate. So I was 101. And like it's all a learning curve, and it takes time for your body to get into the right state, like to adjust to eating fat. It took me months, I think, to get. It actually took me months to get to where I want to be. Like unless I fasted, like fasting gets you there the fastest. You can get into a really good state of like GKI. Oh, what's the conversion on that? You divide the ketones into how do you get a GKI? It's the ketones are divided into the glucose. I find that glucose can fluctuate a lot. Yeah. How you feel, definitely. Definitely. And I was extreme. Like for me, 18 holes of golf is a ton of work. Let's see what So Edna, maybe your GKI, it's glucose divided by ketones. So 124 divided by 4. That's not right, because that's 31. And GKI can't be 31. That seems really high. It might be right. Glucose 69, okay, and ketones 4. Oh, wow, that's really good. That's really good. If your glucose was down that low, let's, how do I clear my calculator? Standard, where's clear? Okay, so 69 glucose. 69 divided by 4. That's going to be an awesome GKI. No, that's not right. That's a 17.25. 1.75. There we go. Ned, you're the man. Ned's the man. He should call in and co-host with us here. 1.75 is awesome. Below 2.0, your cancer's not doing good. It hates you right now, Edna. Your cancer hates you. That's awesome. Keep up the good work. That is awesome. That's how you measure it outside North America. No, Saru, you're not. No, Saru, you're not gonna co-host with me. Come on. After only fat from bone broth, salt, loads of plus got a butter. No, you're doing awesome. 1.75. That cancer is unhappy. It can't live in that environment. It cannot live in that environment. Guys, is there any? Oh, here we go. I've been fasting since. There we go. Fasting since 6 p.m. Tuesday night, 48 hours, and hit glucose of 55. Wow. Ketones 5.1. Highest I've ever. That's amazing. Pretty bird peacock. That's amazing. Well done. That's impressive numbers. Really well done. And my fast, I'm having animal fat, so I think it's like reduce. Like you did water only, I'm assuming, since 6 p.m. Tuesday night. Yeah, are you water only, or are you even dry fasting? Because some people dry fast. I'm considering when I'm done this, going to a dry fast. I got my Keto Mojo today, trying to get through the instructions. I have a video on it. Honestly, it's really easy. You don't have to sit there and read the instructions. I just did it like right in front of you. Basically, just take your picker. It's really, really easy. I can show you in 2 seconds. Replace this safely. This is your needle. Every time you get a new needle, and you just do a twist. And when you break this thing off, I showed it in my Keto Mojo meters, do a twist and pull. I'd say that's the hardest part. From there, I always set mine to 5. You see a little dial thing here. You just pull it back and cock it, and then there's a button. You just press the button, and it picks your finger. You push out a little bit of blood, and you have a Kleenex, and you wipe it off. And then you just stick your strip in here, and you just suck. It just sucks up the blood into this little. See if it'll focus. That little groove there in the center. You just kind of like take that drop of blood and watch it suck up, and then it beeps at you, and then it tells you, and then you use this little injector and you just eject it, sorry. Put in your other strip, and then same thing. And then you just hit sync on your app, and it just tells you your number. It's really simple. That's the quick rundown. Yeah, like I said, I did a full video on it. It's really simple. Pretty is on 0.6 GKI. Well done. That is very well done. 0.6 GKI is impressive. 0.8 was my lowest yesterday. 0.6, like, oh my goodness. Are you fighting cancer or anything, Pretty Bird? 1.5 GK is great. Yeah, it is, absolutely. It's absolutely impressive. Amazing results, Pretty Bird, yes. What is your physical activity like? That's a good question, too. Great question. Oh, Cat Lady's here. Thanks for joining us, Cat Lady. Yeah, it's really simple. I did a full video on it. If you go to my videos, I did a full video on the Keto Mojo. I had my camera down lower so you could actually see the table. It's really simple. I don't know. I think it's like a 10-minute video, and it's just all about the Keto Mojo and how to use it. Yeah, no problem. The video is easy. Lee, thanks for Leah. Leah, my wife said I got to get names right. I'm so bad at reading names. Leah Ann. So when fighting cancer, do you try to always keep the GKI low? Yeah. So when you're fighting cancer, GKI below 2.0 is the goal, from Professor Seyfried's research, and it's you can get glucose spikes just from stress from working out, like Ned was saying, but having ketones high offsets those spikes. And so Professor Seyfried says that the goal is 2.0 GKI. If you get GKI at 2.0, cancer can't thrive. He doesn't say it'll necessarily shrink the cancer and kill the cancer, but it'll definitely manage the cancer. It won't be able to grow. It doesn't have any, it takes away its main fuel source, which is glucose. So yes, when fighting cancer, GKI is the number one thing that mainstream oncology isn't talking about. So GKI is everything. Like in my video with Professor Seyfried really hammered that home too, and he hammers that home in all of his videos. But yes, 2.0 GKI, lowest glucose possible and highest ketones possible. Hey Jason, are you doing any golfing on? Yeah, I'm golfing again tomorrow, Ned. Um, I'm not gonna have the sardines tomorrow. Like I don't know if they messed up. I honestly I needed hydration. I didn't have the salt intake today like I normally have because I wasn't having the fried beef with salt. So it could have been the golf that did it. And then like I said, I was so dehydrated, I was dying. I had to have a zero sugar Gatorade. That was a bad idea too. So that could have done it. I'm keen to see if your GK lowers if you chill out during the day. Yeah, but I'm golfing. I got golf days back to back. You're probably right. Just chilling out alone would probably lower my GKI, and taking my I didn't take my lunchtime pills today, so I missed out on my berberine at lunchtime, and I'll take it tonight. So I missed out on berberine. I missed out on fembendazole at lunchtime. Pretty bird. I did drink one Brome bath today. Otherwise, just water and electrolytes. Nice. Nice. What are you having for electrolytes? What's everybody having for electrolytes? Because like I said, I had to have electrolytes today. I was so dehydrated. So when fasting, what's the best for electrolytes other than salt? That's my question. Any stress raises glucose, absolutely. Yeah, I think I was golfing today. Like I wasn't stressed, but I was dehydrated, so that could have done it. And then the zero sugar Gatorade's probably no good for me. It says 0 sugar, 1 gram of carbs. But I mean, it's all processed sugar, I'm sure. Stuff that's not good. It's great for my soul. Oh yeah, I was well with 4 buddies today. I'm out tomorrow with my father-in-law in a tournament. It's great for the soul. Well, breast cancer survivor, 25 years survived, now age 60. Wow, well done. Congrats. That's awesome. Stress 100% increases glucose cam status, correct? Oh, absolutely. Stress and exercise, you're right, Ned. And then like 18 holes of golf on me is so much work. I carry my water and salt with me and butter just in case when I'm out. I tend to put the salt in my mouth and drink water. Yeah, and I was actually thinking about that today, carrying my salt with me in a little bag on the golf course, and then if I have to, just putting it straight in my water bottle and mixing it in. I was considering that today. Like when I was on the golf course, it was already too late. I was like, I wish I had that. Yeah, absolutely. Well done, Pretty Bird. That is truly amazing. Yeah, I love hearing people beating cancer. Gives me hope and inspiration because like people can do it. And then you've been 20 years, like 25 years. Wow. That's awesome. And now you're obviously doing the fasting. And are you carnivore or ketovore or what's your diet, Pretty Bird? Are you doing anything diet wise other than fasting to also help out? While we wait for Pretty Bird's response on stress, we'll go back to that. And when you're fighting cancer, it's the most stress you ever be in your life. So you're getting stressed, and the oncologists, like, they just rip on you. Like, they give you no hope, no inspiration. This is a call-in show too. If anybody wants to call in, please do call in. That'd be really cool. Just click the link in the description. Um, but the oncologists, they literally just rip on you. They said, like, for me, I'm stage 4. They're like, oh, you're palliative. And so the cancer in my spine, I did a video on it. We finally talked to the oncologist about that. And he's basically like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, he basically just brushed it off. I said, did you get the reports? Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? There's no cancer in my spine. I don't think it ever was there. And he goes, well, you had a flare up, a flare phenomenon. We've already talked about it. But the cancer's in your bones, and it's probably still there. You just can't see it, and it doesn't matter anyway. You're stage 4. You're palliative. That was literally his response. My wife was upset. She doesn't get upset very often. Pretty bird here. I use random berry and water or LMT chocolate in my coffee. I'm addicted to it. Honestly, you're a 25-year cancer survivor. You do, like, just enjoy your life. If you love, I don't know what LMT chocolate is. LMT chocolate. Redmond berry water. LMNT. I don't know what LMNT chocolate is. It sounds delicious. You're making me want to go make a chocolate coffee now, but I'm not allowed to have that. That's awesome. Anyways, yeah, so when the oncologists are treating you this way, it just stresses you out. They just give you no hope. And stress raises your glucose, so you're just growing your cancer faster. And I'm mostly carnivore. I decided to lose weight after COVID time. 50 pounds on keto 2 years ago. Well done. That's impressive. Good job. That's her electrolytes. LMT electrolytes. I'm going to look that up. There's a brand of electrolytes. I wonder if I can get that in Canada. It seems so common for conventional doctors to keep going. Yeah, exactly. Like, I hear this story everywhere. How don't you get, like, increased stress and glucose spikes, and you're told you're just going to die? There's no hope for you. You're amazing. I'm doing the fast finally because of you. Well, well, thank you. But you're the one doing the work, Edna. LMT is a brand of electrolytes. I'm going to have to look this up. This sounds awesome. Oh, it looks like we got a caller. We got Mike. Let's add Mike to stage.
Hi. How's it
Hey,
going?
Mike. Hey, how's it going?
Background feed. Oh, there's the delay you were talking about.
Yeah, there's a delay on YouTube to hear. So right now, yeah, it's best if you close down YouTube. Otherwise, you get, like, feedback from the YouTube app playing through. Or just pause it. Weird, eh? It's confusing.
Okay. Let me see here.
So, Mike, are you fasting? Did you fast today?
Shit, I'm still trying to get rid of that damn YouTube.
Oh, don't worry about it. If it's not playing through, I don't have any issues. Can you see me, like, clearly?
I'm not fasting. No, I was the guy that commented yesterday about the water.
Oh, the water. That's such a cool idea. Can you tell us about that for a bit? I'm really interested in this.
Try. I'm not, like, totally, like, knowledgeable about all this crap, but oh, there's that echo. Let me see if I close out on my phone. Let me see.
While you look up on your phone, Ned says, try not to get down when oncologists tell you, Jason. No point. You keep doing what you're doing and learn how to manage through this. You're absolutely right. Thanks, Ned. Yeah. Mikey, we got you there?
Okay, I see what it's doing. Is it's looping you. Yeah. It's looping every time you talk, it just loops it once again. And so I have to just wait to hear you talk twice before I start talking again.
Well, tell us about the water that you were talking about in the comments. I'll just let you talk. Tell us about the water.
Okay, so what it is there's a professor, Gerald Pollack. He's out of University of Washington, and what he discovered about 10 or 12 years ago, he I'm gonna just turn you down so I'm not like tripping too much because I hear myself talk.
I think we're having difficulties with Mike here. Hey, Mike. Oh, you're back. Hey, Mike, if you leave and then just log back in, maybe it'll work. Oh, you got
Okay,
headphones in. Sometimes that messes it up too.
okay, I'll turn off
I
the
really want
headphones then. Here we go.
there. You guys, I'm really interested in this water thing that Mike was putting in the comments. He had a lot of knowledge on this. This sounds really interesting. So let's hope we can get Mike talking about the water. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so it was Gerald Pollack out of University of Washington. He discovered the fourth stage of water, which is H3O2. And so what it does is that it actually needs to be wrapped around. Hearing myself is like weird, and I'm going crazy. Okay,
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna remove you from stage, and then just come back into the link, and it should work. I've had this happen once or twice before, so I'm gonna remove you, and then come right back. Okay, just come right back. Do you hear me?
yeah,
Just
you're looping so
log back
bad.
in.
Sounds-
All right. Well, hopefully we get Mike back because there's this whole thing on water that I really want to hear all about. So hopefully he comes right back. The water idea is just actually Ned was telling me about it. He bought a distiller and distills his water, and I was looking into buying one as well. The water that we're drinking, like the clarification, I think it was just crazy. But Mike in the comments took it to another level. It was absolutely fascinating in the comments. I want to hear way more about it. I had to use just a small amount of LMT at first. Still only use half packet in my coffee. There's chocolate flavored salt. That is amazing. But I still use just half packet per 10 ounces. I'm gonna have to look into this LMT. Let me see if I can search it up on, see if I can buy it in Canada. LMT electrolytes. That sounds amazing. It looks like I can buy it. That's awesome. Okay, Mike's back. Let's see if we can get him going here. Hey, Mike, is this better?
No.
I think you're muted. You're muted.
But
You're
actually,
muted, Mike. There you
yeah,
go.
I was hoping that was gonna do it, but it didn't do it. Let me see if I hear myself. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
That might have done it. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Jesus Christ. Oh, now I'm looping. I didn't fix it. Okay, so Professor Gerald Pollack came out of the University of Washington and he discovered the fourth stage of water, which is H3O2. H3O2, another word for it is called easy gel. This easy gel, what it does is that it's a cold plasma. Naturally, it's supposed to be in our air. I'm not going to get all into that, but we're supposed to be breathing in hydrogen anyway. And we're supposed to be able to take in 62% hydrogen every day. It's supposed to be like breathed in. That's the main nutrient our body is supposed to have. What I do is I get the H3O2, which is 30% more efficient than just the hydrogen. You'll see people like walking around drinking the hydrogen water. That is nothing compared to breathing in the Brown's gas, is what it's kind of called because of Yul Brown. He's the first guy who discovered. So it's hard to explain. But tune into George, dial into George Weissman on YouTube. Look up the Aqua Cure. It's $2,500. It's kind of pricey. I've encouraged a bunch of people to get it. Not too many of them have done what I've done and like using it constantly. But when you take in that H3O2, that's literally, oh, it's literally, um, oh yes, I just turned myself down so I don't hear myself repeating. So maybe that'll work a lot better. I can't even freaking think. Um, so the H3O2, what it does is that it wraps around every blood cell. And normally blood cells can't get into the capillary because the blood cells are too large. And so a lot of people aren't getting the first thing that breaks down in your body is your skin. But when you have enough hydrogen in your skin, it doesn't scar. But we only scar because we don't have enough hydrogen in our food. And one of the only places we put hydrogen in is animal fat. It's the only thing that George said that locks in H3O2. I was on this long journey because my sister died of cancer back in 2021, and I had just started to learn about all this shit. And so when I saw you on the oh, sorry for cussing, but when I learned about you, and then it just resonated with me, and I just wanted to. I've been trying to get this out there because I even started my own podcast, but like you, when you're saying, "Hey, somebody jump on," and nobody wants to jump on, and you're like, "God, damn it, you don't know how hard it is just to talk into a screen." I mean, when you've never done it before, it's rough. And so, kudos to you that you got your followers and stuff. But the H3O2, it's the deuterium. I go into woo woo shit, but we won't need to go there. But I'm just saying the deuterium that's in the water, the heavy water, is also in the food that we eat, and the least amount of deuterium that you get in your system is from the animal food. And so what they do back in the 1900s, there was bison everywhere, perfect amount of fat, perfect everything. So what they do, they get rid of the bison and they introduce cow. What they do with the duck, you can live off a duck. There's enough fat in just to live off a straight duck. So what I do, I went out and got 40 ducks, and I'm gonna just eat duck eggs forever, and until they take away the duck food. But that is the most nutritional food you can eat. And so they demonized ducks, and then they introduced chicken back in the 1940s and 50s. And so you look at our food industry, and it's just absolutely a shit show. And so I think most people just need to understand it's just strict carnivore. I found out just recently, like yesterday, I've been trying to battle this eczema crap because I am carnivore. I'm on the Brown's gas 8 hours a day, which I'll tell you what, guys, you get that stuff injected into your body, your skin is supple. I mean, like, I got the softest damn skin in the world. And your wrinkles kind of disappear. You start looking younger because it's hydrating your whole body. It's amazing. And all the people that are being cured from just their autoimmune diseases, read the comments just like you would on any carnivore interview. You read the comments, it's the same thing. They're getting all cured the same way when they're on Brown's gas or when they're drinking light water. It's the deuterium that's in the food. The deuterium literally comes out in these machines, and it has even the distilled water you use has deuterium in it. The least amount of deuterium. That's what it's all about. I swear to God. I swear to God. I mean, look
So
at the crap.
this is
I
so
got you
you
turned
basically
off. I got you turned down, so I won't hear nothing. But here, hold on. Swear to God. I swear to God.
so basically there's a filter you buy for your house that takes the deuterium out of the water, is that correct?
It creates, it electrifies the water. Basically, it's just like instead of a hydrogen machine has a plate. I have a hard time explaining it. I just like to tune people into where to go and look for this information, and please do your own due diligence and your research, Brown's gas is not going to explode. It's not lethal. Please, Asia is using it all over in the health industry. They use it for, they use it everywhere. I had the worst sunburn ever 2 years ago. I did a stupid experiment and I went outside. I'm pasty redhead dude, and so I went outside, burned my butt off, blisters, down for 10 days. I took that water when the itching started, just took that bubbler water that you can drink also with the machine. You can either breathe in the gas or you can drink the water, or you can do both at the same time. It's up to you. But you take that, shoot, where was I?
You take that
It's
gas,
hard
you
to
can breathe
understand
in.
myself. I lose track of what I'm saying.
You're just saying that the Brown's gas, you can breathe it in or you can drink the water, and you had a bad sunburn and you experimented with yourself. So you probably put it, I'm guessing, on the sunburn, and the sunburn went
Oh,
away.
sunburn, son of a gun. But I took the water and I poured it on my back because I was itching so bad. In like seconds, it went away. If you burn yourself and you have kids and you put that burn in the water, it heals the burn. It's amazing, guys. Whatever George tells you when you watch those videos, it's absolutely true. Nothing he is saying is like overly blah 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 blah. Just depleted water. Yeah, totally. That machine, he's creating an apparatus that will create deuterium depleted water. So when you have to sit there and spend $15 on a 16 ounce of white water, that is so expensive. I actually bought 2 gallons of that. Cost me over $300. $350 for that water. George is trying to create an attachment that'll create deuterium depleted water. So can you imagine breathing in the air that we're supposed to breathe in, not this jacked up whatever we're breathing in today that has shit ton of deuterium in it? Because when you breathe in H3O2, there's absolutely no deuterium. When you clean one of those machines, you're going to find a bunch of black gunk in it. Long story short, that's your deuterium that's in the water as it is electrified. And it's a cold plasma. But anyway, and that is what wraps around when you breathe it in. That's what wraps around your cells and is allowed to go into every capillary that you have. And so it also has a negative charge. So it actually, when it goes through your, well, that's, look up Gerald Pollack. He'll go into the more detailed stuff about how the blood flows through your body. And that helps with health and everything else. It hits every capillary. It's so, so freaking important to look into H3O2 because that's why carnivore works. It's the H3O2 that's locked in animal fat. And it's the least amount of deuterium in the food. That's why God sat there and said, what'd he say? He said, don't, get out. Noah got off the boat and he sat there and you don't have to believe in the Bible, but it says it right there. He says you're going to become a carnivore as the herbs I gave you. I give you everything. So we're not supposed to be eating plants whatsoever because he knew that there was too much deuterium trapped in those plants. And he knew when you have a cow that has 4 freaking stomachs and sit there and digest that and get that as much deuterium out of there it can, you have the least amount of deuterium in your food. You have the least amount of deuterium in your water. You're not doing anything wrong at that point in life. Everybody should be completely healed with no cancer. With H3O2, breathing that in every night for freaking 6 to 8 hours, I tell you what. And then sleep on a grounding sheet as well. Get your body on that negative. You take an EMF meter up to that wall of yours right there, but that light switch 3 inches away. That's still really bad for your body. We always have to be grounded. That's why they put rubbers on the bottom of your sole. It's no longer leather. They knew they took away that leather
I
sole.
actually
You
have
ain't
a
grounding. I can't hear you there,
I
but
have a
I was
grounding
going off
machine.
on a
I
little
have a
tangent.
grounding. Yeah, I actually have a grounding wire that runs into my house from outside from a grounding pole, and I actually can put it on my wrist and ground myself in the house while I lay on the couch and stuff. I could put it in my room and be grounded while I sleep as well. It's actually a pretty cool setup. My buddies father-in-law, I guess. He's overseas, but he invented some sort of a cuff that you attach a wire, a copper wire to, and run it outside and ground it. And he's a doctor, and he swears it works for grounding. So it's kind of cool. So grounding's pretty cool. First thing in the morning, I need to start going outside in my bare feet and grounding now that it's warm out, because grounding is something that's very important. That it helps. I don't know what it all does. I used to read into it, but it is something that's really cool. So, Mike, just to wrap this up, because it's all right. I've been on here for 40 minutes. I want to wrap this one up. Just to reiterate, where can people find the stuff about the water, the H3O? Where do they find it again?
I would just on YouTube, Gerald Pollack, Professor Gerald Pollack, punch in easy gel or easy water, and you'll get like a really good overview. Him and George Weissman go through with a guy who's interviewing him, and he goes through, and you can purchase his books or go to Amazon, get his book or whatever. But it's amazing stuff, guys. But they'll both be on there. But then look up George Weissman, look up light water, deuterium depleted water, and all just every avenue, because I think there is a true source of a health that we're all supposed to be enjoying, and the route we're going ain't worked and it hasn't worked. Okay, peace out, brother. How do I get out of StreamYard?
Oh,
Now
thanks, man.
kick
I really
me off.
appreciate that. That's awesome. Thanks.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
kick you off. I can remove you. Thanks for joining, buddy. Does reverse osmosis work? No, I don't think it's the same thing that he's talking about. We'll have to do our own research, because the Mike's awesome and he understands it. But yeah, Gerald Pollack. Yeah, that's it. So look him up on YouTube right here. That's what I'm fascinated by, is because I've been worried about the water too, like all the stuff in it. I was wondering too, like with cancer and stuff, that like cleaning up the water, and like I was gonna do a still, but this whole idea of H3O, or I might have that wrong, but I'll have to listen back and go look into it. That's really interesting to me. Maybe do that rather than a water still. So anyways, guys, it's been 42 minutes, and I was on the golf course all day, and I got to golf all day tomorrow. So I think it's probably time to wrap this up. Yeah, look it up. It is fascinating. I'm gonna have to look it up too. Thanks, Cat Lady. It's been great. So anyways, I'll do another post tomorrow. Again, stress from golfing all day and stuff. Hopefully I can still stay in a good therapeutic state of GKI. I'm not upset at all with today. Like, it is what it is. Maybe no sardines tomorrow. Good luck on fasting. Thank you. I'm gonna go be a lot stricter tomorrow. I'm excited for you. Things go next appointment. Yes, thank you. All right, guys. Hopefully everybody can join us again tomorrow for the next update, and people can call in. Everybody have a good night, and we'll talk soon. Peace.